Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This video is 10 tips to make my apartment look more expensive. This is a bit of a playful title. To be honest, I don't know if my apartment looks expensive. I wanted to share my tips for creating a space that looks good, at least to me. The first tip I am sharing is using quality material. In my bedroom, I really favor linen and cotton. For the purpose of this video, I will be switching my linen bed sheets to the cotton ones, just so you can see the difference. I really like both materials because they are very reliable and easy to work with. Because I want my bedroom to look good, I have chosen to use linen for my pillowcases and then cotton for the duvet cover. Even if they are different materials, I was intentional in making sure that color-wise they don't really clash. The overall vibe of my bedroom is very peaceful and neutral, which is why I have a lot of whites and a lot of neutral colors. I truly feel like using these materials and making sure that the colors I am choosing also go with my vibe helps create a beautiful bedroom space. One tip that I can share is that a space that is clean will always look elevated. It's also important to declutter. Here, to style my dining table, I am first using a marble tray. I love marble because it's a very noble material. Next, I am using my Zara Home vase, and I specifically picked it because it is made of stoneware. I really love the feel of this material. Third, I would recommend using a candle that is imposing because of how it looks or that has a singular shape. Once I'm done using my candle, I like to clean it and repurpose it. Here is my candle from Diptyque that now holds my matches. On a tray, I always love adding things that don't necessarily belong. Here I am adding my seashell, and I have also placed a couple of my golden jewelry in a small bowl. The finished result is in harmony with the dining space, and yet I feel like it stands out because of the pieces that I have placed on the tray. Some of my favorite fancy decor items are pre-owned. I have made my vanity table using a marble table that used to belong to my brother, as well as an IKEA drawer, and the focal point of the space, which is a vintage golden mirror that used to belong to my parents. If you are interested in creating a similar space, I would first advise picking up trays that you find visually appealing. I also like to style my spaces with some of the packaging from my purchases. Here, my Laredoute box. And finally, I made a jewelry box out of clay. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see the DIY. To tie up the space, I am now bringing my jewelry boxes that are in the color gold, which is perfect because of my mirror. And the candle is the last touch. One clever way to make your home look more high-end is to insert trends in it. In my home office, for instance, I have added a vase that is made of stoneware and my chair is made of rattan. I used the same logic with my ribbed glasses. I loved that trend. They add an element of chic. Finally, the trend I have been in love with for a year and a half, maybe 2 years now, is everything that looks handmade. What I love the most about this trend is that it actually allows me to make a lot of things with clay. And I really enjoy how imperfect and raw the items that I make end up looking like. I touched on this previously, and I was going to make a shelf out of clay, but my clay ended up crumbling on itself, so I will be giving you a step-by-step of my incense burner. I didn't really have a plan when I started making it. I just knew how I wanted to look. So I simply created a base, and then using some paper, I created a cone and I molded the clay on it. Then I used one of my tools to make the little opening on the cone. It took a couple of days to actually dry, and when it did, I mixed water with baking soda and paint. I wanted to make sure that my incense burner had texture, so I added the baking soda in order to do so. It took a couple of hours to dry, and once it was, I was able to start using it. A very simple way to level up your space is using art. I have a couple of videos on the subject. I will put them in the card if you're interested, but here I just wanted to remind you that art that is intentional and that you have picked and framed will always make your space look better. Not to toot my own horn, but tip number 7 is one of my forte. To display your favorite pieces, there isn't really a method, but there are definitely key elements. First is using books that you find visually appealing, but that you're also using. I also love a good tray. One that is singular is better. Candles will always add to the space, as well as adding texture. The way I do it is with everything that I've made out of clay. I like to mix it all up by adding things that I use in my everyday routines, such as my oils or my journals, but I also like to add things that are purely for decor, such as flowers or some of my jewelry. Don't hesitate to take a step back from time to time to see how everything works together. In my studio apartment ideas video, I do a deep dive on how I style my shelving system. In this video, I wanted to once again use this concept of minimal versus maximal shelf. Basically, it is just making sure that when you are styling any shelving system or actually any place, you make sure to not clutter everything and that you have spaces that are full and some that are less dense. Here I am simply making sure that my top shelf is full of my books and the one right below is much more minimal and simply styled. One tip that is pretty on the nose is to use noble material. I used gold on my vanity table, but I've also made sure to use golden accents on my shelving system and on my coffee table, as well as my bedside table. The last tip is about using colors. One of the reasons I believe this space stands out is because I made sure to make it all black, and because my shelving system is another color, when you come into the room, this is one of the first space you are drawn to. I used the same method in the bedroom by using a lot of whites and a lot of neutrals. I not only created a vibe, but also made sure that this place looked pretty special. I am very curious to know what you thought of those tips. If you have any that you would like to share, please let me know in the comments down below. This is now the end of this video. Thank you so very much for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content on home decor, and share it with anyone you think would like it. I just want to let you know that doing any of those things really help my YouTube channel, so I am very grateful to all of you who take the time to like, subscribe, and share my videos. Thank you again for watching. I will see you next Thursday. Bye!